Lucky Lefty Podcast, Honora Boys. We are in the building, brought to you by Honora Whiskey on this Wednesday evening. It's honorawhiskey.com on the eve of the beginning of fall camp left. You already know that Honora Whiskey. Take a nice sip, get ready to hear some good intel throughout the next 3 weeks, preparing for August the 31st. But if you do it, you have to make sure that you drink
responsibly.
Man, let's get it. Lucky Lefty, Honora Boys, SD2 Mics, that dude, the original Lucky Lefty himself, MALIK ZAIRE, brought to you by Honora Whiskey, courtesy of Believe Network. Honora Whiskey, that premium American whiskey, honorawhiskey.com. Subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. We appreciate it. Leave your comments and questions because we respond to all. You already know we are the home of the misguided passion. Patreon.com/Lucky Lefty Network. Lucky Legends. One of the Lucky Legends might join us today towards the end of the show. Forever committed to making sure that we spin it different.
Oh, what's my mic?
Left. It's been crazy, my brother. It's been crazy, man. Gilbert Arenas has just thrown his NBC deal away.
So he's really in jail, or is it just like allegations?
I don't know if he's in jail. I know he's part of this RICO for this illegal gambling ring.
So basically, he was just having his boys come over and play high stakes poker.
Well, it looks like he's been tied to an Israeli nationalist. That
he doing some.
Yeah, it's
political stuff.
And you know the crazy thing, he probably was just a pawn getting a little something on the side.
Yeah, because what relation would he have to the Israeli Mossad? Like,
it's just greedy. You just inked the deal to do NBC, and you got your own podcast, one of the hottest podcasts. It's just greedy, love. Just greedy. Dumb.
Oh, not more than Marcus Morris.
Do we need to just make at this point? I guess athletes just don't get it.
What is Marcus Morris thing about? Like, but you got money.
All these athletes, man, I don't understand. See, I've never gambled, Left. Okay. I've never gambled. So I would assume that it is a rush to gamble. I already know that it becomes addictive. Hey, you can look at Emmett's brother on the shot. That dude is a fool when it comes to gambling. But I don't get it, man. I don't get it because I've never done it. And I definitely don't understand it when you have money. I just don't understand why you would want to risk it. But the saying goes, once you get money, it's much easier to get more money. So maybe that's the mindset they have. But I'm trying to think whether or not they can't legalize it, bro. Right? They can't legalize it for athletes because then that calls into question the outcomes of games. But at this point,
it's getting so big in the sports, it's no way that it doesn't bleed into. I mean, it was happening. There were big scandals about it with the refs before.
With the refs, but then it's the players. And you have all these apps. You know,
and the players ones is funny because the internet's undefeated. So it's funny when they put the alleged games when they fixed it, and they're just doing like, oh, you really missing shots on purpose. Like you.
So
really...
I wonder the CBA for these sports. I wonder if it's extended to immediate family, right? I wonder if it's you and no one in your immediate family can be connected to betting on games, right? Because I would think it would be really simple if you just really wanted to bet on a game and you have a brother, then just tell him what to bet and let him bet.
I think it's when he go out there and really go like 1 for 3. Or
Well,
like
the thing
really has
is, Goofy,
14 unforced turnover. You like, what are you doing?
like Emmanuel Classe, the Cleveland Indians closer that just got tapped. Matter of fact, another Indians pitcher got tapped like weeks before. So what the heck is going on with the Indians?
well, Ohtani was the one that kicked it off. I mean, he got out.
Oh, he got it, but he was too big.
Smooth.
They couldn't afford for him to get pinched.
But his case is actually the worst.
And he had
the worst case.
He had a good fall guy though.
His fall guys, I mean, you know, they got that foreign relations. They like, okay, I'm kamikaze. Yeah, we whatever it is. They said that he's like getting like $4 million on the side. His wife's getting taken care of. He got all the commissary. He like
crazy, bro.
Oh, it's only what for a couple years? It ain't even for that long. It's just and they don't talk about it no more. Ohtani just keep playing. You just been in the and they reasoning. Remember they reasoning? The reasoning was just like, oh, he oh, what was it? The dude just like took all the blame. He said, yeah, I did everything. Don't even ask Ohtani nothing. Like I just and he said, well, it was like the Jeffrey Epstein. They're like, well, we didn't find nothing. I guess case closed. Like, man,
exactly. Exactly.
Oh man, I mean, how do you stop it? Because gambling's only getting bigger in sports, so I don't know how you stop it. So
I just don't know, man, because obviously the players are going to continue to try to find ways because I guess they're interested. But dude, don't bet on your games. You have 29 other teams to bet on, or 31 other teams to bet on. Bet on those teams.
They make it so easy because they'll put the only odds that is placed in that game. Some super like random odd. There's only one person that placed it, and it had a last name as the email address. And you'd be like, it's you. Like, what
it's you.
And it's a 2% chance it can happen, like 1 out of 1 million, and it happens that game. Come on. You just tell it. It's like,
what does every bench player in the NBA live for? Blowouts.
Yeah.
Man, I get in, I'm cooking. When I get in, I'm cooking. I'm letting it ride. So you get Jonte Porter, Michael Porter Jr.'s brother, who gets in and is just making dumb mistakes.
Oh, dumb.
Like, dude, you don't think the alarm bells are going off?
Man, I mean, it's like the Malik Beasley one. They just banned him for life and something. They said even if you come back, you're still banned.
Yo, speaking of crazy things, and I might be late on this, bro, but I was just made aware of this today. Lucky Lefty podcast. We're getting ready to talk about the defensive line to start the show. Left, did you hear about this dude down in Mississippi, dude that got fired? But before he got fired, he approved like thousands of dollars of SNAP benefits and sent out the cards. Left. This is wild.
Yeah. He's on some Robinhood. Yeah, he said, release the funds.
Literally a modern day Robinhood.
Release the funds. We just gonna send this money out for. I'm leaving anyway. It ain't my money. Shoot. And they can't do nothing about it, huh? It just be on the card.
Man, bro.
Unless they try to suspend the account or something, but it just be on the card.
Man, look, bro. It was crazy. He is, I'm trying to get his name. Here it is. He was arrested for accessing the system and adding 2,500 in food stamps to all cards and sent them out. totaling over $150,000 worth of SNAP benefits, bro. He's like, oh, I'll show y'all. Y'all gonna fire me? Y'all gonna learn today. Y'all gonna learn today. Hey, suggestion. Netflix, if you haven't seen it, left. Nate Jackson, his comedy special on Netflix. Super funny. Bro.
Did it just drop?
It just dropped, bruh. I think it dropped like a week ago.
I got
Man, that dude is hilarious, bro.
Yeah, I can appreciate a good comedy.
It's hilarious. Almost borderline, like, I don't even know if that's good to say right now, bro. Like he's right there, he's right there on the line.
Okay,
Yeah. Lucky to be
bad to have.
Let's get to it, left. Defensive line. Speaking of defensive line, Notre Dame on August the 9th will be looking to seal the deal on what has been Al Washington's pretty much his best recruiting class up to date.
It's him and
Elijah
Gino
Golden. You have deemed this fall camp the Al Washington Gino Gaduli show.
Oh, they the last ones to the party. You know, they got to unveil that dessert. You know, we ain't had the main course. We ain't feasted on the turkey. We ain't had the appetizer.
Yeah,
now we're on that dessert course. Now the speculation amongst the family members: is it apple? Is it peach cobbler? Is it key lime pie? What are they bringing?
Yeah,
because we haven't got through the meat and potatoes of what essentially the program is. We're 1A, 1B roster. We great throughout. Maybe not the best, but we certainly got elite players, you know. But the difference is, okay, that icing on the top.
Mm-hmm.
The quarterback, shining position. D-line, shining positions. Highly recruited positions. Highly paid positions. Positions that, shoot, if you just had those two alone, you can win a lot of games. Possibly a championship.
Yeah.
just those two alone. I mean, we've seen it done, which has been one of the more elusive things for us. But if we get one out of the two this year, because this is not just a one and done operation, you know, I can foresee it growing, even if it's not to the quite expectations of what we think. We know for sure it's going to be better because we're deeper and we're healthy. And we got some young guys that you look at, you know, Christopher Burgess, Elijah Burgess, whatever. He's out the back. You know, you buy the toy off the toy store. It's out the pack, ready to play.
Yeah.
And you know, extra attachments. He's ready to go. So, and it's important because through the years, statistically, it's funny because they show up in the league, but our production doesn't show up necessarily individually throughout the season. You know, Kurt Heinrich is a really good D lineman for the Houston Texans. But with us, it's like, you know, he was just a good, I mean, so I don't know if it's the lack of superstardom in the D line that makes it all look sort of like convoluted, because we saw throughout the season, guys were flashing every game.
Yeah.
Every game. Boubacar Traore started strong. Then we had, you know, Botello doing well. Then he went down. Then these young guys started doing well. So it's really crazy to see the development. So out of one of the two groups is going to shine this year because they have to. I think when you're rebuilding a defense from the structurally outside of just your main one or two stars, D-line can make up for a lot of the stuff you're trying to patch up and work in the groove of. And with the veteran leadership of the linebacker core being, you know, essentially that group, you know, that sticks together, that plays together throughout the years, you know, that would be a lot of support. But it's more so set up for the D-line to shine. We know the secondary has earned its stripes through being drafted, to the splashes, to the consistent players, to the, you know, the coaching has been there. So it's safe to say we can rely on that back end as a, at worst, last defense, right? you move down to a linebacker core that has stars. I think we'll see more stars in that linebacker room, be more apparent, and have more command over defense, because that's just the makeup of the team. Consider Marcus Freeman was a linebacker and his influence, and you bring in Chris Ash. It's just if you looking at the face of a program for a position, it's definitely linebacker. Now we would like it to be quarterback, and we working on that. Yeah, we slowly but surely trying to find a guy, but one of the two positions between Geno and Al Washington got to shine. I think Al Washington has a great chance considering the depth that he has. It's a little higher stakes when you're dealing with two guys that's never played at quarterback. So Al Washington can play some mismatch combinations, some variables, some who's hot, who's not, because he's got 8 and 9 interior guys, got a couple transfers. I mean, he's dealing with something that he's going into the kitchen with the cupboards full, refrigerator stocked. Marcus Freeman's like, hey, what you gonna do? What we making? So that's why it's more so of the pressure of you don't have an excuse necessarily, Al Washington. Not that you need one, and not that you haven't been solid, but we need that position to pop. Just like nothing's wrong with our offense, but we need the passing game to pop. That's just the next step. It's the right step, but it's the next step. So through camp, it should be exciting for the D-line because one, the sidebar, which has always been the foundational piece, once again, to Notre Dame is the offensive line. These guys are getting a 2x bonus rating going against our offensive line every day. Every day. So that's a great measuring stick when you're in camp, when you're looking at film for guys that you're not quite sure of because you're quite sure of the offensive line. Whether they be starting right now, they played a couple games, you know that they're 90% of the time going to handle business. So you know if you got some D linemen that are flashing against them, oh, you cook it. Your mind's a little at ease walking into the first game in Miami, walking into some, because you're like, not only we got depth, but 4 out of 5 guys is giving work. Man, not everybody winning, but not winning against our line is a normal thing. So we might get a star, Jason Anye or something, pop out and really take over, because I'm sure those guys are on the flip side going to be surprised how easy the game is. they probably looking at it right now and can't like this kind of football. Golly, these dudes is tough. And then we're going to play, and not to disrespect no teams, but we're going to play other teams. The offensive line is not the same, right? And our guys are going to be like, I can get away with some stuff. I can, So I do think that's the benefit of having Notre Dame's offensive line going against them every day in camp. So there's all the context clues you would say, yeah, Notre Dame D-line should be way more productive, way more exciting this year. Because everything else is covered. I mean, essentially, everything else is covered.
My bad. I'm thinking about it because it was just announced today that Notre Dame had 2 guys up for the Outland Trophy, Emil Wagner and Billy Shrouf. And I'm thinking about the last time Notre Dame had an interior defensive lineman on the watch list for that award that eventually became a finalist. I'm trying to think, was Riley Mills? Let me see if Riley Mills was on the watch. He probably was on him, and Howard Cross were probably on the watch list. Let me double check. I think they were. Yeah. Riley Mills was on the watch list, but eventually made it to the finalist list. I'm trying to think, maybe did Sheldon make it as a finalist?
Sheldon was a good conversation. I just don't think we just haven't. I don't know, man. I think maybe it's an elusive position that you would think that it would be easy to recruit, but You just don't get Jordan Davises and Nolan Smiths and these giant monsters that sometimes the SEC can seem to print off, but it's a team game, and that's the difference that I think we showed college football last year was the fact that it's a team sport. We may not have the Hollywood A-lister celebrities, but we got the social media stars. You know, we got the different kind of fame, the different kind of way of doing things that I think other teams are going to adopt eventually. The transfer portal evening out more teams as years go by. We're learning more how to navigate that, the unlimited offers, and it's just the game is meant to even itself out. I think it's more even than most years because who outside of us in Ohio State for sure, who can you say is just going to go run the table? I can't name too many teams, so it makes college football exciting.
Yeah, last year, Riley and Howard Cross were up for the Outland on the watch list. So someone asked, no, Outland is for offensive line and interior defensive line. So yeah, Howard Cross and Riley were up for it. Definitely on the watch list. So we haven't had a dominant guy on the inside for a long time. It's been a while. It's been a while. Riley Mills is about as dominant of a player as we've had on the inside.
He was a really good D lineman. That's the thing. We got really good D linemen, but the dominant players like a Reggie White, a Stephon Tuitt. You know, when's the last Stephon? I mean, what would you count?
Might have been the last finalist.
Well, yeah, but I say, who would you count Foskey as a dominant player?
But he's not. He wasn't up for the Outland. He was a rush in. So, yeah,
I don't know.
But here's the question, and this is based upon reports, going to message boards, and just talking to people around the program. Without the buzz, could this end up being a year where someone comes out of nowhere to be that dominant guy on the interior of the defensive line? Now, you know, you have Elijah Hughes, the transfer, Jared Dawson.
I mean, you've heard how they've talked coming into it. They're like, oh, I thought I worked hard. I thought I was, you know, knowing how things operate, but I see everybody else doing it. That just tell you that it's existing in the room. You can just see everybody kind of looking around, peeking their head around, like who gonna take the biggest chomp at the steak, right? So I think adding those guys in adds a little sauce, a little flavor where you're like, okay, these guys come in trying to take my job. I hope it feels a little bit like that, right? Like,
yeah,
what's the competition level? Because we know there's all Notre Dame men are good, fun-loving teammates, but D-line's just one of those unique positions where we need guys to be nasty. We need guys that don't tuck their shirt in and, you know, don't say thank you all the time and happen to do things a little greasy. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we play football. You got in there because you got the clean dudes, receivers. We got all the, you know, superstar receivers and divas and all that. But yeah, we need an edge.
So you have Elijah Hughes, Jared Dawson, the transfers, but you have two guys in Armel Mookum and Jason Anye, who both have been guys that the fan base have been waiting to show up and bust out. Jason Anye was on the verge for 2 straight springs heading into last season. He was the guy that you kept hearing about. Unfortunately, he had some personal and some off-field issues that kind of short-circuited his season last year. And you continue to hear the same thing about him this year. Like he might be the greatest spring practice player of all time in Notre Dame.
Oh, you getting the buzz again?
That Jason Anye for 3 straight springs
It's
Three straight.
it's getting the breakout buzz.
3 straight. Now
But what's
we've yet to
interesting
see
is
it.
that that's what makes Notre Dame another what do you call it, monkey wrench, is that you're playing in spots. You got to be great in spots. It's not too much of a volume thing. It's like, okay, how great can you be in 30% of the plays or in crucial moments in third down or for specific roles? Because how do you manage 8 or 9 guys that you like? 8 or 9 guys that are talented enough. We can't even pick between 2 quarterbacks. So everybody else is like, shoot, we have 9 receivers that can legitimately go. And that's throwing 2 in that are automatically going to play. I mean, we just not gonna play Malachi Fields and Will Pauling? Like they're automatically playing with Jaden Greathouse. That's 3
That's
guys
3 off
on the
top.
field.
That's 3 off top.
And we ain't even caught 6
We didn't
balls in
talk about.
practice yet.
We haven't mentioned Dylan Faison, who balled out
So
against Georgia and Indiana.
we might be the first team to try to figure out how to play with 2 footballs. Because, we got Malachi Fields, Will Pauling, Jaden Greathouse, Jordan Faison, and then you got Jeremiah Love and Austin. You got the 5 backs with a great running back. Coach is like, hey, we need someone to share that rock down here. See, that's the conundrum Denbrock has to deal with, because he didn't have that at LSU, where he's like, hey, I got a certain amount of things I have to give them. Like, what are you talking about? You got Jeremiah Love. You didn't see him in every major college football promo so far. And we're excited about so many guys on the team that you like, that's not normal, because usually the Jeremiah Love on any team that's it. That's all they talking about. Like, they can't have enough. And we're using him, giving him the ball 7 times in the national championship game. Like, that's the type of spoiled riches we have at Notre Dame. Spoiled riches. So Denbrock's like, damn, I want to have 2 first-round receivers and a Heisman quarterback.
I don't know why they still haven't hired you in the promotions department, bro. I don't know anybody.
You got it. I got 4 guys. I got 5 running backs that legitimately okay, I have to. Keidron Young, Aeneas Williams, they're not going nowhere. Jeremiah Love not going nowhere. I forgot Javon Payne hanging around somewhere on the roster. Somewhere on the roster. Javon Payne, what we're seeing, possibly 5 touches in a game, possibly. Aeneas Williams like, I'm not taking no slack. I just did a slant and go in the playoffs. Aeneas Williams said, did a slant and go in the playoffs. I'm not getting no less. Keidron Young like, I didn't even get off the shelf yet. Keidron Young got to say, I'm trying to play. It's only 1 quarterback. What is the mindset of these 2 quarterbacks? 1, you can't go wrong. That's the great part. Oh, I guess I just gotta throw it to Malachi Fields. I mean, gotta throw it to Jordan Greathouse. God. Wait, we got a couple tight ends. Oh, we got it. I just can't hit the ground. Don't hit the crowd and don't hit the ground. Those are the 2 rules for the quarterback. Don't hit the crowd and the celebrities on the sideline, and don't skip rocks. If you just leave it in the air at this point, just leave it up there. Just think of it like basketball. I wouldn't even laser a 1 ball. Can't do. No. We floating that. Then we got Larry Fitzgerald's son somewhere on the roster. I forgot about that.
Oh, that's next year though.
Oh, look, Kenny.
He's coming.
Man, listen, people are going to start saving the programs at the games because it's just going to be like a Hall of Fame edition. You got so many players that you're like, dang, we got all these dudes. And the D line is just the impressive part, because this is where Al Washington's acumen have to come in. Because what are we going to be as a D line? When we had an identity at D line, we was a 2-gap in D line. You had Tuitt, Nix, and whoever that other guy was on the end. And we was holding things up and had a Heisman potential linebacker because of it. We haven't had an identity at D-line since. We haven't had, I can't name one. I can name a couple from other teams like Clemson when they have 4 All-American D linemen starting. One of them was a freaky one. 2 of them went first rounds. I mean, just great. That's identity. We just have a bunch of very great LinkedIn #1 charted, healthy, good standing Americans graduate with a good GPA. I don't want our D-line to graduate with a good GPA. That's just got to.
There you go, boy.
One of the requirements.
You sound like Prime. Typecast in the positions.
Think about it. You thinking too much. That's not firing off the ball. How can you have a 4.0 and you fire off the ball? That's a real question.
So you don't want a Jerry Tillery at defensive tackle?
Jerry didn't have no 4.0. We got guys that are academic scholars at D-line. When is that ever a real thing? Ever? Name me one D lineman that's a starter that's an academic All-American.
Interior or just total?
Interior specifically, because you got these hybrid Keon Keeley, All-American Renaissance men at D outside guys.
Oh, Christian Wilkins was an academic All-American, along with some other.
My point exactly.
Paul.
My point exactly. My point exactly. That's what you want. I don't want my D lineman that smart like Christian Wilkins. I'm good. I'm good.
Did he not remind you of that episode when the story broke? That episode of the game when Malik starts. I'm
gonna put you to bed. I need to check the report card for our D lineman this year. See, Jordan Botelho got the right idea. I like guys that gotta miss a couple seasons for whatever mysterious reasons. I like that. That builds character. All D linemen that went through that, Jason Onye is gonna be the best one of it because he keeps doing it. But all the ones that went through that had a great season a year after.
You're right. That has been the track record. Every
D lineman that had to take off for unknowns, unspecific team community guidelines has came back like, oh my God, that was crazy. Like, where was he been at? Like, what? I'm glad he cleared up whatever he had to go through. So it's, if you got a couple guys like that, we're in the right place. But the problem is, can Al Washington be strong enough as a leader in the D-line room to manage such good talent? Not everybody knows what to do with $1 million. Everybody wants $1 million.
That's obvious.
Everybody want $1 million, but a lot of people don't know. You put that money in front of them, they're gonna be like, what? I ain't never seen so many stacks of paper.
You mean the word is true? A fool and his money will soon depart. That's
Not saying we don't want our D linemen smart. Let me just highlight that. We want character.
That's all. First of all, most kids that play football at Notre Dame are smart.
Yeah.
So
we like that. Yeah.
That's the baseline. You're just talking
on the
about
bottom edge of it. A 3-3 is good.
You're not about to have a Josh. You're not going to have a Josh Dobbs type playing defensive tackle.
You're more likely to find one. We got guys that are just dancers and prancers and magicians, and they too talented. Give me a guy that's like, man, I had to push sleds to get to school. You know what I mean? I don't have no other hobbies. I think we need 3 guys like that on the D line.
They have stories like our grandparents used to tell us. Man, I used
Yeah,
to walk 10 miles to school with
he
the
didn't get
bottom
his
of my
first
shoe
pair of
out.
shoes. Yeah, he didn't get his first pair of shoes to his high school coach who wore the same size 22s. You know, that whole we need some of that. We need some of that. Because at the end of the day, without edge, what's a D line?
Pun intended, because you do need to talk about the defensive edge. And we're going to get to that in a second. But to, seal the deal on the interior, I do believe that Notre Dame has the horses. Because we've talked about Notre Dame from a fantasy standpoint, holding teams under 100 yards per game. And the running joke has been Notre Dame was shut down the starting running back. It's the backup running back. It's the second string running back you have to worry about. For some reason, the second string running back gets off against Notre Dame.
I don't know what that is. I don't know. It's like we must be like, there's no way in the world every week that a backup running back can get us. That's just what we tell ourselves. There's just no way. We want you to, we dare you. Like, what?
Man.
And teams definitely double dog dare us with that backup running back every time. And the thing that makes it so crazy is that we know it's coming.
Yeah.
That's because what's funny is it's only a couple things you could even do versus our defense the last couple of years. There's only a couple of things that people have cracked the code on until like the playoffs.
First of all, have a ton of offensive weapons. That's the first thing you needed to do. Be Ohio State. How about that? How about that? Be Ohio State. With
you just gotta have, yeah, you legit
second round receivers, 2 first or second round running backs, a first
that's the
round
only
tackle. That's not even playing.
Now we can play football. That's
now we can
play football.
Now we can attack the Notre Dame defense.
Yeah, now we can go ahead and run the plays that don't work for nobody else but work for us because we got the dudes. You know what I mean? Because that's all it, and that's what makes it so frustrating. They was making everything look so easy. Like, dude, what are we doing? But that's what happens when you don't have to be complicated because you have the best pieces and parts. Like, all their best plays was just like stuff you're like
that fourth down play to end the game. The call was, hey, drop back. Jeremiah's going to run down the field. Just throw it up. Literally, that was the call. There was no thinking.
All that film study and all that matchups and scheme and, hey, when in doubt, who we got? Oh, how much he making every year? Oh, yeah, we
finna 4. Throw it to 4.
Because if he has even a quarter of the season he had last year, because you know it's going to be better this year because he's just way bigger. He shouldn't even play his third year. He should just like make an exception to be like he has to go to the league.
I agree.
It would be literally no benefit to come back a third year if they mess around and win it again or even get close. It's just like, come on, like why?
What is he coming back for?
What is he? He balled out at the best school, won a championship, had every record, never like, come on. So when you have players like that, yeah, it's a little easier to beat us. But guess what? 98% of college football teams don't have enough stars offensively and defensively to have a real football game with us. That's why we're not even an underdog this year, I don't think. In any of the matchups, I don't think we're going in as under because it's like they got way too much, bro. Like, come on, dude. You guys have what don't you have? That's the question. We don't have a kick. I think our kicker got better. Then we get a couple kickers, long snappers. Like we didn't even fix that.
Well, our kickers just got a year of experience. James Rendell at the end of the year was really good because they finally let him punt instead of doing all that rugby stuff.
Oh my God, yeah, we fell in love with the man resume. Oh, he
you know what I mean? Just let the man punt. Let him use his big leg and do what he could do. And when they allowed him to do that, maybe this year they can get a little bit more into the specialized kicks. But just let them operate. Let them operate.
We have good coaching too. Good coaching matters too. It makes the biggest difference because
heck
that's the difference between teams that got a lot of good players is that we have established, and that's really what this training camp and this season with Gino and Al is about. That we have established that if you're the running back coach at Notre Dame, you're pretty legit. You're pretty legit. Like you are in the top percentile of position coaches at running back if you're at Notre Dame. That's established. Mike Denbrock as your offensive coordinator, Googling, it ain't that's established.
Recently ranked as the number 2 offensive coordinator of all of college football.
Just what this established. You don't have to go far to find his name.
Yeah.
Receiver coach, unestablished. Most questions. But we got the guesstimation. We got the good feeling that it's a well-coached position based on the talent we have, who we got in, and what we know we can do if we got the quarterback, which brings me to Gino. Do we have an established quarterback coach? Some of it isn't his fault, considering he was coming into something. Some of it wasn't his fault because he had to take on some higher guns. But with all of that, Riley doesn't give him the badge of, oh, we got a quarterback coach that's like legit. Not that he's not good, but he has to go out there and put a stamp on something. You can't put your stamp on Riley. I'm not putting you ain't getting. Riley was riding the team success for a good chunk of things until he got things going. So the spotlight just naturally is on, can Gino produce? And it's not necessarily singularly his job, but he knows the most on the team about that position. Or he should. Washington has had the luxury of having such a great back end that just gets talked about more than he does. But this year, especially after looking after last year's game or the last time we was on the field, people were like, you know what? I didn't see the D-line very much. Will Howard was looking like Tom Brady back there now, and I know I saw Will Howard versus Michigan, and he wasn't looking like that. So what was going on in that D-line? So I think it's their time to shine, earn their money. I remember when the running backs was, was the running backs ever in question? No, right? I don't think the running back was ever in question. Oh, yeah.
I think 2010, maybe. That was like the Robert Hughes had to come in and be the bell cow. Things were kind of shaky. He ended the season strong. 2010, the running back position, but then you start getting Theo and Armando, and I think Theo was a freshman in 2010, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, right, maybe up in that time, right around that area.
Look, I mean, we've
made the running back
position.
Actually, 2005, they actually had to move Travis Thomas from linebacker to running back. So it was a little bit of attrition there. But yeah, dude, it's pretty much a given that Notre Dame's running back situation is going to be okay.
And O-line is a big.
I remember people saying that Kyron wasn't that good. And then he goes to the NFL and does what he does. I'm like, how did you not see?
Yeah, like he was doing so much. He was more
with a bad offensive line.
He was touching the ball like 20, 30 times a game in different ways. Like, just a man.
Lucky Lefty podcast. So let's transition left to the defensive end position. And that position, at the start of last year, the way Jordan Botelho was playing, the way Boubacar Traore was playing, right? Then you had Joshua Burnham and you had Junior Tuilamaka. And you felt like, yo, this group early is playing really well and they're coming on. Then you lose Botelho and Traore. And then the pass rush really was based upon pressure. Pressure, Riley Mills every now and then, Howard Cross really wasn't applying pressure because he was often injured during the year. And then you see the emergence of Bryce Young. And you can see him learning, right? You saw the skill, you saw the size, the length, the get off the speed, but still as a youngster trying to put it all together on a consistent basis, right? I bust up laughing. I think it was last week, or maybe the week before, I was watching the Georgia game left. And this kid is so immensely talented, bro. This dude, 2 consecutive punts, comes this close to blocking the punt at his size and draws 2 straight penalties.
He was so excited.
He was so excited.
He was so excited. It was like,
and it's like the first time you're like, okay, it's running into kicker. You almost got there. You're like, man, this kid is amazing. And then you see him do it again. And at that point, it's like, hey, man, stay your tail on the side.
Calm down.
We're just trying to get the ball back. We just want the ball back.
What you trying to do? Like we have worked hard now. Like let us reward ourselves. You ready to give it back to him?
But you just see how immensely talented he is, man. He's just immensely. From the jump, he has been an elite special teams player. From the jump at that size, which is crazy. And so sky's the limit for him. Sky's the limit for him. And I'm interested in seeing his jump in fall camp, as well as Josh Burnham. Where is he going to be in fall camp? And I think Junior Tuilamaka, that was really his first year at the position, solely at the position. If he continues to trend, because he was playing some of his best ball in the playoff. So the defense in position, Logan Thomas, your boy, Christopher Burgess, coming in. Can he be that next guy? Right off the bat, elite special teams, can come in, make some spot plays, make an impact. It's really some numbers there on the edge that could cause you to think, Cole Mullins, that maybe Notre Dame all across the board can really come at you in waves on this defensive line.
Yeah, and that's as long as you got that depth. We learned that the depth is important for getting through the season too. When you got a 2 and 3 wave or D line that you can put in there that is substantial. We ain't saying you got to be world beaters. That's not reasonable, but you're not necessarily giving up a crazy point differential when you go in the game. I mean, that's important. And also, you get that extra little boost considering everything around you is pretty solid. It's like you can't do everything, but your cleanup crew of the second, third line defense is there more times than not. So as a D lineman that's young, getting into this position, you would think, okay, I can work out a little bit because in my error, I can get my eye. They got my back. Defense got my back, even in my error. So I can feel more confident to go out there and play. And that's just the result of having a good defense years after year. Offensively, it's taken a little bit more of a leadership of who's going to be the dude. Because even though we love Jeremiah Love, is he necessarily a bona fide answer and leader on the offense? I've never necessarily taken him as the guy to be that. Not that he's not. But, I mean, do you think he's been, I don't know, seen as the Leonidas? Or he's just the best player on the team? Like, and that's okay. The best player of the team ain't always the, Caesars or Rome, sometimes they just best player. So it's an open space. Meaning all of that to say it's an open space for a guy step in that spot, because you need characters when you're getting through a season. There's gonna be ups and downs, gonna be some lows, but you need characters that you can reignite that motivation. If everybody's just go along, get along, and we just going to practice doing, you're gonna run into games where it's like, why is it a one score game against a team that's not even ranked? That only happens when you're not pushing and challenging yourself. You don't have characters and personalities, So hopefully some continuity can spark, because the offensive line is they're gonna do their Buffalo thug thistle. They're gonna just hang in packs, but the receiver groups are new. These guys gotta learn each other. Jordan Greyhouse a vet, but he ain't. Is he receiver one? Is he receiver one, or do we give him respect to receiver one? Because I know some guys that are pretty good too. Right? There's some Malachi Fields is not bad. Will Pauling is not bad. Somebody got to be a number one, because that's what we haven't had. Our last true number one was what? Kevin Austin? Kevin Austin was our last true number one. So I think you're on mute.
Traore Botello. Traore is on a much better path to be ready for the opener. Botello, we'll see. Bryce Young, stud. Sky's the limit. He'll dictate what he can do. You got Cole Mullins, who's been coming along, who's been buzzing. And they were trying to move him inside. They moved him back outside. Dominic Kulik is a kid also from the Chicago area that came in. I'm excited to see that young man. I tried to tell people, I tried to tell people in the 25 class, I kept calling around, talking to multiple coaches in the Chicagoland area. And they all said, watch out for Dominic Kulik. This kid disrupts constantly. Every coach that has coached against him, when I talked to them, constantly talked about how disruptive of a player he was.
Like he just like, hey,
doesn't matter. They play him at linebacker, they play him at defensive end, they blitz him off the edge. It doesn't matter where he's at, he's disrupting your offense.
We like that.
And I tried to tell people, like, hey, you talking about a kid that's like 250, 260, running 4.5.
Like, our recruiting is crazy. Oh, did you see the video of the kid running up the wall? Is that AI?
Man, yeah, that's AI.
Did I fall into the AI?
You definitely fell for that one. I saw you and I want to tell you, bro, that's not that's not real, bro.
I don't know. We might have to look a little closer. That looked real. I mean, that was pretty nice. First of all, I'm like, oh, we recruiting Wolverine. Marcus Freeman said, forget a 5-star. We're gonna get one of these X-Men. Recruit one of them. I mean, are you like, how serious are you that it was AI?
Because every fan base took it and applied one of the players to it in the NFL and in college football. So I'm pretty sure that it was AI, bro. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. So the defensive ends, this defensive end group collectively is probably more explosive and athletic probably then since Aquara and Dalen Hayes.
Ade? Oh, the Khalid,
Yeah.
Kareem, Dalen.
Daisy,
Yeah,
that group, like for that 3-year
that
period,
was a
you
good. That
had
was a good group.
Khalid, Adi. Shout out to Adi. I think didn't he just retire from the NFL?
Man, what a story! If he
I think
did,
he
I
just
mean, hey,
retired.
that's an awesome story, Ade. Shout out to you. But Khalid and Dalen, and that was a good group. But once again, it was a group that had a lot of potential, and you like, but they're not high. Dallas Turner and you know what's his name? What's his name? For the Texans, I'm drawing a blank. The DN Will
From Texas?
Anderson.
I thought I'm thinking Notre Dame players.
Oh
Yeah.
no, yeah, Will Anderson and Dallas Turner. We don't have that, but we got right under that because they're still very. I mean, they got drafted, productive, and all that, but it's levels. It's just levels. I think we're getting closer to that with the recruiting of 27.
Man,
Like way stronger. Like we're getting chips. We getting the blue chips now. We feeling good. We feeling good in that lane. But we can marquee, our recruitment with a headliner DN and a quarterback. That changes the. Now we in the group of dynasty, in my opinion. Now we in that Ohio State, Alabama, Clemson talk when you're getting premier quarterback DNs every year. Because those two positions can change a team. Everything else we've proven with field study that you can do everything else and you can still get there. You literally can. Can't get the quarterback, can't get the superstar league. Fine, we will make sure we're good in special teams, all blocking, all everything else, and we can still get there. Now to win it, I just think winning it, you have to have a quarterback and at one or two undeniable D linemen. Is what it is.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna go out on the limb right here, July 30th. Notre Dame has a defensive end. Notre Dame will have 2 defensive ends with 5 sacks.
A
Notre
piece?
Dame will have, yes. Yes.
What's the average? Like 7 or 8 is pretty like stellar.
Man, if Notre Dame gets 5, you cooking with grease.
Okay.
That's like if the quarterback throws for 3,000.
Oh, you take that. So you definitely are not upset. You just want for more. Just want for a little bit. It was good, but I could do a little bit better. I think,
Yeah.
but that's why we haven't popped on the field. It's just little indicators like that. If we had, even when we had a sack leader, it wasn't popping as you would see in just eye test. You look at the stat sheet, you're like, oh, he racked up, he went crazy. But then you be in the game being like, I don't remember him, I don't remember those moments. And I think it's we once again spoiled of riches of watching teams go all in that aspect and just see how much of a difference it makes on like a week to week basis. Like just take teams all out of whack just because they can't block the front four. They just be like, dang, you won the game just overwhelming our front four. So I think that's the difference that you just run into. So Washington has everything in front of them. I think this is another situation where you have all the luxuries in the world. But can you make something out of it? And it's a lot of pressure because It's different when you don't have a lot of excuses of why you can't get the job done. You know, it's easy to work hard when you with limited resources because you just have a safety net of, well, I didn't have this, I didn't have that, but I made it work. But when you got everything, I mean everything, and you don't make it work, that's almost like a worse feeling. That's why a lot of people don't take the Notre Dame coaching or recruiting position, because you don't got no excuse. You ain't got no excuse. Brian Kelly carried a nice crutch that whole tenure about recruiting standards. Marcus Freeman has set the bar to that doesn't exist anymore. I feel bad for the next guy coming in. I didn't because what can you do? Like Curry shooting the three. He just changed basketball. The NBA was thought of in a certain way, and then
the next shift has to come from a big man.
It's gonna be
Wembanyama. Yeah, has to come from a big man because what are you gonna do? What little man is gonna come in and up Steph Curry?
I don't think you can find it unless he has like a 60-inch, like just some circus stuff. Like he jumped from the 3-point line. Like I don't. Other than that, you can't scoop any further back. You can't take any more threes.
It has to shift.
Like it's getting dudes doing. Even girls are doing the one leg, just run up and one. It's like this is people got too much time on their hands playing.
Man, Truman Dumel, thank you for the super chat. If you need a super chat to get in, put it up. GTB question, we'll get to it. The CFB season, go Irish, and NFL seasons are soon upon us, gents. Gentlemen, literally NFL this Thursday. That's right. The Hall of Fame joint, unofficial. Can't wait.
Some of the best time of the year, man. Football season, man. Get your picks. Get your picks with me. We're doing picks every week. The lucky lefty winnables picks. Listen, you're not going. Look, you enjoy this part.
Yeah, we start a partnership with FanDuel tomorrow on Believe, and Left is gonna have some picks, some baseball picks. He has some system. Yeah.
Listen, we don't tell them what's in the sauce. We just let them taste it. We just let them taste it. All right. When y'all winning off of the White Sox, I'm not a fan.
My socks are darn good bet. They up 6-2 right now on the Phillies. My White Sox cooking. Since the All-Star break, my White Sox been cooking, bro. They've been cooking.
They gonna make a push or what? They making a push or what?
Colson Montgomery, we might have one. We might have us one. We might have us one in Colson Montgomery. Home in 4 of the last 5 games, baby. Banging on the Phillies. Just that quick, somebody just hit a 3-run homer. Wait a minute. We're up 9-2 right now. We're up 9-2. Who did it? Wait a minute. That cat Edgar Carroll.
Yeah,
with a 3-run bomb. One White Sox, baby. Hey, watch out. We're about a year away.
Year away, okay. Oh, that's great.
And we got some people to trade tomorrow for some more prospects. Trade deadline.
Now, that's hard. Baseball trading and free agents, I think, is way harder than any other
sport. We always have the best food though at our ballpark. Okay, hands down. It's not even close.
That's popcorn and all.
Hey, Jerry Reinsdorf has the 2 best date night stadiums in all the sports. The United Center and the Rate. Best places to go on a date.
Here we go.
Best food, ambiance, chill spots, low-key spots in the stadium. Best date spots.
Okay.
Best date spots. That's about all he has. In the 6 championships with Mike, of course, but he does have a World Series back in 2005.
How long does that go before it's outdated?
Not for me. It might not mean anything to D Rose and his generation and the younger kids, but never get. I don't need the Bulls to do another thing in my lifetime. Ever.
Oh, okay. So they done made your era. Okay, that's fair.
I'm good.
Yeah, because you can lay on them 6, huh?
I can lay my head on that pillow. Oh.
They can't tell you no different about. That's why Zach LaVine don't get to you. They just can't tell you nothing.
I got a cold. I'm a little stuffy. That's why my voice. I'm a little stuffy.
That's right.
I have a little summer cold. Colds in the summer are the worst. Just the worst. Lucky Lefty.
You gotta get outside, man.
Huh?
You gotta get outside.
I've been outside. That's the problem.
Oh, okay.
I did. So before we get to the offensive line and get you out of here, thanks for tapping in today. Left Bible class last night. That's why we weren't on last night. Bible class, and one of my associate ministers was supposed to minister, and then something happened, so I had to step in. That's why we didn't have a show last night. And I get done with the show, and my wife walks up to me and she shows me an ABC News update. And it says, California on tsunami alert after earthquake in Russia.
That means that.
So first of all, bro, I've just come off a high of teaching the word. And my wife walks up to me with that. And I'm like, why would you show me that right now? Like, at least let me get to the car.
Yeah.
Because immediately I'm like, yo, do I need to call baby girl and get her a flight home? Like, what the heck is going on? And then one of my best friends, his family lives in Hawaii. So, oh man, prayers to everyone, everywhere, because the entire eastern seaboard to the Midwest is just all purple on the weather maps, all-time heat. Please stay safe. Check on your elderly, check on your children, make sure they're okay, make sure they're hydrated, and make sure everyone is okay. All right, Lucky Lefty Podcast. We move to the offensive line. We know the story of fall camp is the absence of right guard Charles Jagusah due to an injury on an accident. He's doing well. He's on the mend, and that's good to know. And hopefully he can get back at some point during the season. I'm not mad at anybody in the fan base being upset with Charles Jagusah, because I feel like, dude, man, sit your tail down, man.
Yeah, you don't have no. It's like, come on, man, what you doing? What you like? Why? Because this, you're not a bench player, you know. Because you got so much professionalism. It just, that story is heartbreaking. Because we know how serious you are, you know what I mean? So, but the good thing about Notre Dame, we're used to shifting and rotating linemen in different spots to be adjusted for stuff like this. We were trying it in the spring.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this is only proven that the process is right. We're good to do that. We're right to be doing what we're doing. So, I'm not worried about Charles Jagusah. You know, our first game is like, all right, you know.
Health-wise, you expect Ashton Craig to be back as the starting center. Your right tackle, Emil Wagner. Left guard, Billy Schrauff, cemented. Left tackle, Anthony Knapp, cemented. Right guard, as I said before, I guess Sullivan Absher, from what we hear, is going to get that first shot at right guard. But you hear great things about, man, we knew from the film that Will Black would be really good because he's just a big human being that can move really well. Anytime you have a really big human being that can move really well and has really good feet, more than likely they're going to end up being a really good football player.
More than likely, yeah.
Yes, more than likely. That's a really good combination to have, especially for someone that plays left tackle. So,
yeah, if you got freakishly long arms, big hands, or big feet, you got a good chance.
We got a good chance. You could have got a chance, my brother. And then you have Gerby Lambert. Will they keep him at right tackle to back up Emil Wagner? Will they give him a shot inside at right guard? Looks like he's at some point early in camp, he's going to be ready to go. And then you have, the rest of the guys. You have Joe Otting. I think Christopher Tarrick is coming back from injury. Excuse me. So those are the main guys going into camp. The top 7 to 8 guys that are really going to, outside of Charles Jagusah, that are probably going to make.
Black gonna get on that. I agree, Black Rhino. Will Black gonna get on that field, and that's just.
Well, see, that's the A. You last year I give you credit. But this was before the spring game. You said Aeneas Williams is gonna play.
Oh, because his film is too fitting. Like you fit right what we need, And when you can look at a film and know that your role is defined through your film, like, I can already see how they're gonna use you. It is no surprise. It's those players that be good, but you be like, but what does that got to do with us? And I think that's how recruiting has got to be navigated when you're already so good. Because it's only one football. You can't recruit 2 or 3, 4, 5 footballs. You got one football, and you can only recruit good players. And you have so many staples now. Tight ends is a staple. It's just if you had nothing else, them tight ends are gonna get a good product from you. Running backs has just always been there. Linemen always been there. So to add a great receiver core, the quarterback has got to be that dude. It's one thing to be that dude on a team that ain't got nothing. Then it's one thing to be that dude on a team that got everything, because it's like a quasi position, especially when you're not the best player. So it's like you're not the best player. You're on a team that wins and is good, and they can say they don't need you, but they need you, because you got to be able to do everything. And I don't take you to be the best player, but it takes you to be really consistent. So I think that's a good warm-up role for one of these 2 quarterbacks to be in. Because, like I said, your whole mission is just not to skip rocks and give souvenirs in the stands. And you're going to be in the 60, 70 range on completion. Because teams are going to give you the one-on-one outside. Because it's just respecting Jeremiah Love. Oh, but you got to respect all the running backs. Like, Jesus Christ. That's why it was just a done deal for a Penn State team, because we just had too much. It was just like, dude, we didn't even give Jeremiah Love the ball that much, and he had one of the biggest highlights in the game. We didn't get Jaden Grayhouse the ball that much. He popped for a couple big plays that made a difference in the game. So it's like, how do you keep up with all of that? You know what I mean? You can't go in there and not have no receiving yards and then you're going to beat us. It's just not going to happen. Right? It's not going to happen. So
forget no receiving yards, no receptions by a wide receiver. Zero.
And this is in the semi-playoffs. So damn, what would that say about every other? Like that's on. We're built too good right now. We're built too good. That was in the semi-playoffs.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Demont Mr. Food Lover says, who is the next defensive back to step? We've had BMO, Gray, Leonard Moore. Who's next?
Carson Hobbs.
You know what? I'm going to stay with the pipeline. The Brophy Prep. I'm going to say Creed.
Oh, Creed Thomas?
I'm going to say Creed Thomas. I'm going to stay with the pipeline, bro. Because obviously whatever they're teaching at that position at that school translates very well to what Mike Mickens is asking.
Hey.
I'll
love
stay
where
right
we
with
at.
the pipeline.
Love where we at. I like the NFL pipeline. Keep getting
strong. We love Carson Hobbs on this show.
Yeah. And you said video look like the players don't like him to date their daughter.
Huh?
You know how they do that video of who would you not want to date your daughter on the team?
He looks like Carson looks like he could. Yeah. He's smooth.
He's so funny because
he looks smooth. He looks.
What did I do?
Yeah, he has that look. He looks like a smooth dude.
Yeah,
good dude.
Good dude, but you know he got his rings. got his
You
way.
know, got a lot of options. Just
Yeah.
got a lot of options.
Got
Yeah,
a lot.
that's all. Just got a lot of options.
It's
That's
funny
all.
because they all like kind of look alike. They all like favor each other in some way. Like, you know, they all the shake and bake boys. They all shake and bake.
The shake and bake boys.
Yeah, you got Leonard, Christian, and Carson all kind of look alike. Like they got the same hairstyle. I don't know what you call it. You know, they're not a Don. You know, a Don is not like them. They are, you know, great group. Love the guys. I can't wait to see what they're rolling out this year. But all of them are superstars right now.
Yeah. I would go with Creed just because of the pedigree. And then Dallas Golden is just
Man, I forgot. He's gonna be nice too.
hey, don't sleep on Mark Zachary though. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Do not sleep on Mark Zachary. Hey, Mike Mickens. Mike Mickens has to sit back with a cigar and a glass of Honora every night.
Be like, I'm recruiting. I'm cutting up in this recruit. Y'all can't stop me if you try, boy. I'm producing.
Yeah.
I'm
Man.
Put another plaque of employee of the month up there. But
can you imagine the conversations between Mike Mickens and Mike Brown? Mike Mickens is like, yeah, we locking that down. We locking that down today. Coach Mickens, you know I believe in your crew, but it's a biggin on the other side now. Y'all ain't went up against 6'5".
We got some guys now.
I don't think you've gone up against 6'5", 220. Like you will be this fall camp. That's a biggin.
We got some dudes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch, Left. It's going to be fun to watch. You better believe that. You better believe it. It's going to be extremely fun to watch. Lucky Lefty podcast. So let me ask you a question. So with all of these watch lists coming out today, you had the Outland, Leonard Moore is on the Thorpe watch list. You had Jalen Sneed and Drake Bowen added to the BUTKUS watch list, and then you had Drake Bowen and Leonard Moore added to the NAGURSKI watch list. Which trophy is the most important or the most telling to win this year? Not just out of the ones that we've named. You can add the Bolitnikov if MALIK
Outland. That's the offensive lineman one.
If MALIK Fields wins the Bolitnikov, how impactful would it be? If Jeremiah Love wins the Heisman,
that'll probably set the way.
And the Doak Walker, how impactful?
Yeah. So now, apparently, since Travis Hunter broke it open, you can win more than one award in a year.
Oh, by the way, for those people that said, I hate saying this because of the team he plays for. For those people that were saying that Travis Hunter was going to be a bust in the NFL, from what I'm hearing coming out of Jaguars camp, I highly doubt that. I'll just put it that.
Well, they put too much money in him, you know, so
I highly doubt
they put too much money in him, so he's got to be something for the team. Hey, you getting paid $42 million guaranteed, before you even feel like you're gonna have to play everything, young man.
So, which award do you think would be more impactful to Notre Dame?
Bolitnikov, just because, I mean, come on, man, we have been highly doubted, highly disrespected, highly criticized, highly lack of productive in that area. So to do that in 1 year, that's saying something. Now, we do got some guys that can potentially break through and do that, but it requires a quarterback to be on his game. You're talking about a guy that's 3,700 yards. First year guy doing that? Probably not. But you can still have a good season with it. I mean, unless the guy, I'm telling you, we got the capabilities. Can the man drive a Ferrari on his first car coming out the garage? He's 16 years old, got the Ferrari. You see how them boys drive them SRTs and Hellcats down in Georgia. Just imagine a Ferrari at 16. How old them boys? 18, 19? Shoot. What the old people say, you don't know what to do with that. I'm telling you. That's hey.
It's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting. I'll say the Dope Walker and the Heisman, bro. That means that means Jeremiah Love is so efficient.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not like he's going to be a workhorse getting like 20, 25 carries. That means he's breaking off runs like Josh Adams was in 2017. Like 50, 60, 70, 80. Just, man, on 10 carries. And he's getting catches. And he's doing something on special teams. I think that's just an all-around special season. That's like Reggie Bush type season. If he's knocking on the door to Dope Walker and
10 yards a carry.
A carry, bro.
10 yards a carry and like, come on, Reggie Bush.
That's some dumb. That's some straight dumb.
You average a first down every touch is just impossible. Like, how are you agree? But, you know.
Yeah, because I wouldn't be shocked if Leonard Moore won the Thorpe. And that would just be right in line with Notre Dame's defense, right?
Yeah, Mike Mickens got to get
Would I be shocked? It probably Drake Bowen or Jalen Sneed winning the BUTKUS. I guess it's an outside shot. I guess if Jagasaw doesn't get hurt, he's probably on the Outland watch list. Emil Wagner, Billy Schrauff, will they be finalists? I don't see either one of the quarterbacks up for the Davey O'Brien or the Heisman.
It's too early.
So I think you're right. It's between the Dope Walker, Heisman, and Bolitnikov. That Bolitnikov means that Notre Dame has a dude at wide receiver, bro. That's huge.
It means a lot because we haven't had a 1,000-yard receiver in 10 years.
It's been a while.
10 years, he had a 1,000-yard receiver, so it's a long time.
Yeah.
In a game where you get small schools throwing for 4,000 yards, we can't even get one receiver with 1,000, and we playing a national championship. Was it the 1980s? That's what I'm saying. We have figured out a way to win with everything else but the two main ingredients. We cook the cake without butter and sugar.
We vegan.
We vegan and won a competition. Won a competition cooking cake and no butter and sugar. Like what?
Oh man, you crazy for that, bro. He said we vegan on offense.
Yeah, like we just
still get to the championship and winning competitions.
Yeah, like we get to it now. It don't taste like nobody else's. Everybody did conventional, we went the other way. So I think doing conventional for us would be good for brand and everything else.
So Lucky Lefty podcast. Left, before we get out of here, anything else that strikes you that you think you're excited to hear about?
Man,
it's all about the quarterback.
Make that decision. Yeah, make that decision quick. Make it. Pick one. Get behind him. Give him some days to prepare. Jeez, don't lead up to the day before.
Yeah, I think the first 5 practices will pretty much. I hope they both come out ready to go.
Yeah, I hope they both come out strong, but I hope we're stronger in our intention to pick one early.
I hope they both come out strong day one And I hope they both set it on fire.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know how that looks. I don't know how that's going to make the defense look, but hey.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but with the defense being good and them playing good, that's a good sign.
Absolutely. Because the last thing I worry about is the defense.
Yeah, we anyway.
Nah. Lucky Lefty podcast. Great show today. Great chat as well. Lock in as always. Tomorrow, we'll be back. We'll talk about practice, the reports. I will not be down there tomorrow. I already have an engagement that was locked in, but I will have eyes and ears there. So I will be able to talk about the practice and share some things with you guys and let Left give his input. Being a pastor, man, it trumps everything.
That's right.
That's right. Being the leader of a flock trumps everything. So, hey, I'll be in the Chicagoland area for a very important meeting and taking care of that. Like I said, we'll still talk about the practice tomorrow, and then we'll be back Friday. We'll be back Friday to chop it up once again. Don't forget, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Believe Network. Tap in over there. Players Only podcast will be coming back. Patreon.com/Lucky Lefty Network. And hit that thumbs up. It helps with the views. We greatly appreciate all of you. So for Left, SD2 Mics, we bid you adieu until tomorrow. Day 1, first practice. We'll see how things go. Just as excited as you guys are. It's the Lucky Lefty podcast. You already know we spin it different.